And then my favorite bit, she calls her a bitch for no reason that I can think of. She just straight up, she's like, what a bitch. And I was like, whoo, all right. I thought I liked you. Not anymore. That was really lame.
Not any fucking more. Oh my god, dude. We're back. It's been so long.
Is my microphone not picking up again? I'm trying to be funny, and it's like... I don't know why it does that.
We're back from the fucking void that is us just not doing anything.
Hey, yo, in my defense... I have no defense. I was gonna say I was in school.
No, you were.
I was, but that was over like a month ago, so...
That's true. That's very, very true.
What I'm saying, JJ, is that this is your fault.
No, it 100% is.
Seems like if the subscribers want to put anyone's head on a stake, they should put your head on a stake.
Oh, they very much know that.
Oh, good.
But no, we finally escaped the void, and we're back into it. We're back in the sack again, and we're here to finally beat Mario. I did have to replay through the game just to get us caught up to where we were, so there might be some stars that I accidentally forgot that we did, because I only did like the main stars, so basically we just got to do all the castle secret stars and then the 100 coin stars, and then we get to go beat the shit out of Bowser.
No, my favorite pastime personally is beating the shit out of Bowser, and I'm also still conceding that this area looks like the walls and the floor are made out of poo.
Yes, we're finally back in the poop chasm.
We're back in the poop chasm. That's my band name. It's Poop Chasm. We make alternative rap. No, interpretive. We do interpretive rap.
Interpretive rap. It's very, very weirdly timed rap beats.
No. Interpretive rap. Interpretive rap is just when you let any sound come out of your body. It's just completely natural. Where you just sit around and you're like, all right. Yeah, JJ, give me a beat. JJ, give me a beat. Let me show you. I'm gravy.
Gravy.
That's what interpretive rap was. I hope you like it.
Oh, dude, I love that actually.
I have something to tell you.
It was all a
that was not
a bit.
That was not an original joke. I stole that.
No!
No, that was from what was his name?
Don't say it, then they're gonna get mad at us even more.
No, I gotta tell him. I gotta give him credit now, because that video fucking kills me, and I'm gonna send it to you, and we're gonna laugh at it together, because we're friends.
Okay. But anyway, what have you been up to while we've been, you know, being lazy?
Can I not spell interpretive? Interpretive. Not interpretive dance. I've already seen enough of that shit in my life.
I never want to see that shit again.
Interpretive rap. Interpretive rap. Oh, Mr. Epic Man. That's who it fucking is. Alright, let me just... enlist.
Okay, so that doesn't give any coins. That's
no. Okay, let me share this real quick. And then... What have I been up to? What have I been up to? What have I been up to? That's the real question. No, that's a lie. I haven't been up to very much. I started working again a couple weeks ago, and that's been a shit show. Not because I don't like my job, but just the people that I work with kind of suck right now.
Yeah.
And it's not because they're shitty or mean to me. They're just being awful to each other. So I'm just kind of doing my thing in the background, and they're just being stinky with each other, and I'm just.
You should.
I don't care, but I have to hear it. To a point, I do care.
I care because I have to. Share what's been going on.
I care because I have to. Oh, some of the stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Where do I
like,
begin?
like, use like not real names, but
Oh no, I'm going to. I'm kidding.
I want to call her the fuck out.
No, I don't. I don't even think. Actually, does she know how to YouTube? She's in her 60s, so she probably knows how to use YouTube. But I'm just gonna assume that she's never gonna fucking see this, because like, what are the chances that like my coworker who's old enough to be my grandmother, deadass, not kidding, would just be like, "Hey, yo, I know what seems like a good old fashioned time. I'm gonna watch a YouTube video."
I'm gonna check out this Butt Spectrum Club. They're very
we'll see what this newfangled butt spectrum from. Oh my god, if somebody said that about our YouTube channel, I would actually shoot them in the head. I'm sorry.
I would end the channel right
Like, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love this little zone we've created.
My leg is itchy.
But if you're like, this is underground material, I will hunt you down for sport. Not for revenge, just for sport.
It'll be like how rich people will catch foxes, and then they'll let them loose on like their little owned forest, and then fucking they'll just hunt them the fuck down. It'll be like that, but with people. Actually, isn't that like a movie or something? I don't know, but
Georgia, I gotta be real with you. You're cutting out every other word, so I'm just hearing and then they on their property. Kill them.
Here, let me.
It's probably just me being stinky, because I can deal with the fucking graphics, and it's like, oh, it's like in behind, but fucking sultry.
See, now you're cutting out.
In my ear holes at all times. And if I don't, I will simply just waste away into nothingness, and I will die.
I will waste away. Here, let me. Are you letting me? You better.
I can hear you even less now.
Cool!
Sorry. Okay.
Alright, hopefully we're back. Hopefully this shit's not shit again.
Okay. So what the fuck was I saying? I was talking about
you were talking about your coworker.
Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna call her Hat.
Okay.
For now. And then we got this other person that I work with named Hella. I'm really lazy right now. They're super close to their names, but I just don't care. Yeah, Hat and Hella. Hella Hat. Ayo.
Ayo.
Ayo, what's up, baby girl? My name is Hella Hat, and
I got hella hat, and I'm hella fat.
I got hella ass, and I wear a really cool hat. Yep, yes sir, yes sir.
Yes sir.
But my manager had an injury with her foot, and most of the tendons in one of her tootsies were fucking torn. So she had to go to the hospital very quickly to get that shit sorted out, and she is on 8 weeks bed rest. Not bed rest, but she just can't put any pressure on it for 8 weeks, so she just can't go to work or anything, which is fine, which is cool, and I hope she gets better because I like her a lot and she's really nice. But in the meantime, this means that we've had like not a stand-in, but it's confusing. We have like the manager of like both the produce and the fresh cut department that I work in, and then we also have like a lead, and then we also have just people who worked there for a long time, which I guess includes me now because I've been working there for a little over a year. I've had this job for a while, and it's really cool, and I like it a lot. So that means, however, now that big old fancy pants manager lady is gone, that we needed someone to kind of step in, and that person was Hogan. Not actually her name, but we're gonna call her that because it's funny. And good old, I've worked with Hogan before. She's cool. She's chill. But good old Hat doesn't like her.
Oh no.
And to the surprise of Okay, actually, not to the surprise of anyone. Hat is already kind of a pretty like assertive person, and I would kind of consider her aggressive too. Like not like the, I'm gonna fucking punch your dick off way, but just like I'm gonna
punch your
shit.
dick off.
Like not not in
That's
that
how
way.
I like my women.
God, dude, she's 65.
And
Bro, please, no. If you met her, you wouldn't say that.
I know.
I just. But she's very like, I'm gonna just say what's on my mind, and I'm not really gonna filter out anything that I'm thinking because fuck you. And that's fine, like considering the job that we work in and that like we're in the back end, and she's totally fine with the customer, so it's not like it's a problem that's been like, it's not something that's been
Ongoing.
yeah, it's not been like an issue that's like affected her job until now, because we just hired somebody new, and that's Hella. And she, I guess, worked at a different store in like Fort Atkinson or whatever the fuck, and like transferred over here
Mm-hmm.
for the summer and worked in Fresh Cut because she was like, this is just gonna be better. And she's really cool. She's like our age, and I like her a lot. These two bitches do not get along. None of these fucking okay. Hella and Hogan get along, but nobody gets along with Hat, and it's fine, and it's cool.
I
And it's
mean,
not cool.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound fine and or cool.
It's
but...
not fine and or cool. So Hat had COVID. Like when I first came back to work, she was out sick. She was still recovering, and it was like, okay, that's cool. But good old Hogan like told everybody, not just like, oh, by the way. It was kind of like whenever it came up, and it was like, oh yeah, where's Hat? And she'd be like, oh yeah, she's out with COVID. And I guess that's something that you're not supposed to tell people. Like, not because it's none of your business. Like, yeah, it's none of your business what's going on with people. I feel like with COVID though, it's
yeah, especially if you're
know.
working.
People should know. But
Yeah.
apparently that's in violation of like your rights. I suppose, not I suppose, I don't actually know the fine print, but when I told my brother and my mom about it, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's in violation of like your rights as a worker. They can't talk about like your medical issues or what have you with like the rest of your coworkers." And I'm like, "But what if it's COVID?" And they were like, eh. So I feel like if I had COVID, I wouldn't get pissed if like my manager told everyone about it.
I would not either. In fact, they
I'd be
would
like,
know because I wouldn't be there.
mm-hmm. Exactly, motherfucker. So she came back and she was in a stink about that once she figured out that Hogan had told people, and she was like, that's none of her fucking business. And I was just kind of like, it's like one of these relationships that I have where like I'll just kind of nod along and like just kind of bite my tongue and go with it.
Right.
It's not worth it to get upset about it or like have an opinion, because nothing that I say is going to like alleviate her irritation whatsoever. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, that sucks. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So it kind of continues like this, where she's huffy about that for a while, and then I guess once she and Hella started working together, it just got worse. Because we have discussed previously that Het is kind of an assertive person, and this is not the kind of 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 human that I think that everybody gets along with, you know? Like you just, you know, like how sometimes people are just like not your flavor?
Yes. I know
Yeah.
that very well.
This is pretty much just that, where it's, you know, sometimes you're not somebody's flavor, and that's fine. And sorry, Hat, huh,
I'll censor it out. It's fine.
no, it's fine. It's cool. You
God
don't know
damn
if that's you don't know if that's her real name or not. Don't know.
Again, I'll just censor it out. It's whatever.
Yeah. But good old
Hat.
yeah, good old Hat just was attempting. I'm gonna say attempting because I saw it myself and it was shit. Attempting to train into the void.
I was trying a trick.
Oh.
I was
And
trying a speedrunner trick.
get those stats in. But it didn't go well at all. Like she fucked up a lot, and it wasn't great. But it's like one of those things where like we work in a grocery store, and you kind of just have to you live and you learn. You fuck up as long as you understand why you fucked up and you don't do it again. I don't think there's really any justified reason for anyone to get upset about it.
I fucked that up, but it's whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So she like fucks up a couple times, and they're like small things that can be fixed. It's nothing that's end of the world. We're gonna actually go into a crisis because of this mistake. It's not like there was any cross contamination. It's not like anyone was going to get sick because of the things that we were making.
Right.
It was just like you labeled things incorrectly and you didn't order enough of this stuff. But you can fix that. That's the thing that I don't feel like anyone understands. Like, they go into a crisis mode, and it's like, you can fix this. There is a solution. If you want to be upset, just tell me that. But I can't. I don't want to.
Yeah. I want.
So they're pretty much the only two full-time workers there. So they don't like each other. They work together all the time. And I'm there for like 75. I'm there for like 25% of the time, right? So I don't really see like the worst either of them have to offer, which is probably the best case, to be honest. Yeah. But I work into work, and Hala did something wrong, or she was making salads and she didn't clean up after herself. Like, she didn't wipe down the table that we make the stuff on, and it's like, hey, that wasn't cool. I get it that you might have forgotten, but it would have been, a lot better and really cool of you if you just fucking cleaned up your mess. Yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And I would have been like, okay, just next time when you do, don't. Just clean up after yourself.
Just don't forget. It's that easy. How about that?
It is that easy. I don't know how to tell you this, but it is that easy. The solution put in front of you at your feet, please and thank you. And sorry, Hat walks into the fucking cooler, and she was like, hey, I don't want to clean up after your fucking mess. Don't do that shit again. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah, no, I would definitely not have been.
That feels like the wrong thing. That feels like the wrong thing to say.
Like, again, like with food, you do have to be like extra special careful, because just one slip up could get someone sick.
Yeah.
But you're not fucking Gordon Ramsay there, Hat.
We're making, like, fucking salads and little, like, fruit and veggie trays. I think, like, we just do stupid shit sometimes. And if shit, it's usually just stuff going bad. It's not, like, any cross-contamination or whatever. Like, it's not an issue. It's just, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to, like, be the white horse and, like, defending Helen, being like, oh, she's done nothing wrong. Like, oh, no, she's been a fucking idiot, and I've seen it before. I just, like, it's, like, legitimately, like, I was making a bunch of fruit trays for work, and, like, the large ones have to weigh, like, 4 pounds, so we need a lot of stuff to make them. And I was like, okay, can you cut some watermelon for me? And she was like, yeah, sure. How many are we gonna need? And I was making like 25. And I'm like, round it up, probably like 8 or 9. And she was like, all right, cool. I'm probably gonna cut some extra just in case though. And I'm like, okay, I'm not sure we're gonna need that, but if there's no harm in having like a little extra. And when I said a little, I meant like we have like little small containers, and you can fill like a couple like little cups with fucking watermelon, and it would have been like nice and cool and really refreshing and just excellent for everyone.
Yeah.
That was not a little. It was like, we have these really big gray containers at work, and she just filled this shit not even to the brim. It was overflowing with watermelon.
Jeez,
she cut 11 watermelons, and we used like none of it. And it turned into soup, like, in the next 2 days, because that's what happens to fucking watermelon when you cut it. It is called watermelon for a fucking reason, because it's practically just a liquid. And it was fucking stupid, and I was like, okay, that's fine. don't do it again. And she was like, all right, cool. And she hasn't done it since. And it's great. Because when you fuck up and you learn, you don't do this shit again, alright? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's good, alright? And she forgot to order some stuff that we needed. Like, we just straight up didn't have fucking spinach, so we're taking it from the floor. And that wasn't great, but you want to know what we did? We found a fucking solution, and it was fine. And if somebody doesn't get their little spinachy winachy, they can suck my dick. It's...
I'll suck your dick.
It's not that big of a deal. There's gotta be some balance that people can find so don't get their dick all twisted.
The old dick twist.
The old dick twist.
Twist his dick.
Like I was saying, she's made mistakes, and she's like one of those. There's a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of nuances, because like the work that we do isn't hard. It's just tedious a lot of the time. So there are a lot of steps to certain things that we make, especially the salads.
Right.
And she'll fuck up and she'll do like a step wrong, and it's like, it's okay, it's cool, you can fix it, just remember that. And it's like, all right. But whenever she does something wrong and Pat sees it, she's like, what is she, a fucking idiot? And she like never actually, no, she does say that.
Dumb
she does say that to her face. She was like, I don't think she's called her a moron to her face, but she was like, don't do that. And then like when she'll talk to me, she's like, what is she, a fucking moron? Is she an idiot? She's called her a fucking moron. And I'm like, okay, that's not cool. And then like one of the days that I was working, and she like made a mistake. And we have like these little 4-ounce cups of dill dip that you can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like the minis. And then they come in 2 different...
Oh, shit, we didn't get this star.
Shit. There's, like, the regular, and then there's the light dill dip. And she put, like, the regular dill dip on there. Mm-hmm. Like, the regular, like, label for, like, the regular-sized one, not the small one.
Right.
And she made, like, 8 of them. And Hat comes in, and she's in a stink, and she's just like, what is she, a fucking idiot? She can't do anything right. Just basically stuff like that. And I'm like, okay.
Alright, whatever. Yeah.
Oh my god. And then, my favorite bit, she calls her a bitch. For no reason that I can think of. She just straight up, she's like, what a bitch. And I was like, whoo! Alright, I thought I liked you. Not anymore. That was really lame.
Not any fucking more.
Not anymore. You did not have to say that. You could have just talked about your frustration, and then we could have found a solution, and you did not have to say that about her, to be honest. It's a learning curve, and it's cool, and it stinks sometimes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like when you get mad at them for stuff that you don't teach them how to do, it's not their fault, because how else are they gonna fucking know if you don't tell them? You know, if you're picking up what I'm putting down?
Mm-hmm.
So this goes on for like a couple of days, and it's not great. Like, I'm just kind of seeing this passively, like a couple instances, and I'm hearing about it from like both of them, and I'm like, okay, well, this isn't great. And
this isn't very cash money.
This isn't very cash money at all, exactly. And Ella like reveals a poignant little piece of information to me that she was in the position to become like the lead for Fresh Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, nobody else was, so we were just a bunch of dudes hanging around, basically. And, like, I mean, Hat has worked there the longest, so it was kind of like, yeah, she's, like, the boss here, but she's not technically, like, in charge or anything.
Right.
And Hella, or I guess, like, Hogan, remember her, comes back into the story and was like, well, yeah, I mean, you could be up in line for the lead position. And it was like, okay, that's cool. I mean, she's gonna be a full-time worker and it'll be a lot more responsibility, but I feel like if she's properly trained, she'll be great at it.
Right.
And
the normal way of looking at that.
Yeah, and like she's telling Hat about this, and she's just kind of I mean, like what she told me, she was like, yeah, don't count your chickens before they're in the roost or something. Like, you're not in the position yet, so don't start saying stuff like that. And I'm like, can you not just, like, be optimistic and be like, yeah, I hope you do get it. So that I don't have to fucking have this responsibility anymore. And somebody else can take, like, do some other shit.
This responsibility that I clearly cannot
That, you know,
handle. Since I can't fucking handle one girl.
Imagine being in your 60s and having beef with a 19-year-old. I just want us to, like, take a moment to think about that.
Well, I want to take a moment for you and say one thing.
What is that?
It's the end of the episode.
Oh god, I talked about that for 20 minutes. Jesus Christ.
It's fine though. It's interesting.
There's still more.
I'm sure the fans are all very interested in the saga that's going on. They're ready for the next chapter in the anime.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're just going through an arc in our shonen anime.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, forehead kiss time.
Yes. Their foreheads have been very, very vacant without any kisses.
All right, everybody gets 2 then. That's how generous we're gonna be today.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody gets 2. All right. Everybody line up, get in a straight configured line. I just want you to go. Oh. All right. Everybody got one. Everybody got one.
We got one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Everyone got one. Gargaroth, get over here.
Gargaroth, get your bitch ass over here. You gotta get a forehead kiss too.
Yeah. I'll lean down, you big hunk of a man. Let me just. Yes. Good.
Good.
All right. Everyone's covered. We're good here.
All right. Cool. Goodbye, everybody. We're glad to be back. Fucking 60-year-old having beef with a 19-year-old. That's the world we live in right now.
Fucking imagine.